Welcome back, everyone, to the GGBL. We have July action here for you guys today. We're kicking this off with the Colorado Coyotes hosting the San Diego Defenders. We've got Nick Lodolo on the mound against Madison Bumgarner. So two lefties squaring off today. And I want to apologize real quick about the quality here because I did have to download this from Twitch. I actually was not recording the gameplay as it was going. Either way, guys, we're here. We got highlights here for you. If you want to see the full game action, head on over to Twitch to go check it out. Cole Tucker, by the way, had a stolen base and a single, and he's going to get on third base as the runner moves over here. But little ground ball to end the first inning, and Nick Lodolo and the Coyotes are out of a little bit of a mini jam there to start the top of the first. Here's Madison Bumgarner, got some pretty solid numbers all the way across the board, and that's about to change because in Colorado, we know how this ball loves to fly out of this ballpark. Big time shot here for Trevor Story. Put a good swing on it. Obviously the righty versus lefty matchup, you gotta love that split there for Trevor Story, and he's going to get his 15th home run on the season. Next inning, the top of the second inning, we've got Brian O'Grady in his 13th on the season. Solo shot, going to tie this ball game up. It is now 1-1. San Diego needs all the offense that they could possibly get, and this is going to help. Here's Josh Adams, custom player, rookie, getting a start here today, bottom two. Nobody down. Bumgarner in a little bit of a jam. Here's Gerardo Parra. Whoa! Huge throw from right field. Going to tag out Harold Ramirez. Double play. Unconventional double play. An outfield assist. Good swipe. Good tag. Two down here for Colorado. Eddie Rosario got to come up big time. This is a long fly ball deep to right field. And right fielder's going to give up on this as center fielder takes control of the outfield there. Patrols it nicely. Gets the third out of the inning. San Diego holds. It's still a 1-1 game. Nacho Molina, custom catcher, base knock. Still nobody down here for Nick Lodolo. He's going to walk Cole Tucker. And now the Yotes are in a little bit of a jam here. Here's Torreyes. Fly ball in center field. This is going to tag. They're going to tag a 22-speed Nacho Molina sliding in safely at third. And now runners on the corners here for Gerardo Parra. With one down, and he's going to take a walk. So Lodolo struggling here a little bit, trying to find the control. 50 pitches in, and he faces off against a big hitter, Jonathan Scope, and he gets him to pop up as an infield fly. The batter is already out. Here comes Virgil Underhill. That's going to be a ground ball to shortstop. Tim Anderson flips here to second to Story, and Lodolo finds himself out of a jam yet again. Bottom third with two down. That's going to be a base knock here for Paxton Burnside, and that's going to go all the way to the wall. That's good for an RBI double. Colorado now with the lead here, 2-1. Let's see if they can tack on anything extra. With a runner in scoring position, we got Josh Adams. He's going to flare out a single. If it stays fair, it does. Right down the line, Burnside will round third and head for home. It is now 3-1, and that is Josh Adams, one of his very first hits. Not his official first hit, but it is one of the very few because he has not been starting a lot lately, getting a little bit extra time with Mikey White's struggles. But we see Will Myers out here in right field is just not giving a good chase to the ball, did not track it properly, and that's going to be a triple for Cole Tucker, who's getting a spot start today, and he comes through. So that's going to do it for Nick Lodolo here. We're going to jump all the way to the 7th inning, and we got Pedro Strop coming on, and with two outs, ground ball to Adams makes the easy play. And Colorado just looking to tack on, and they're going to get more. That's a solo shot for Paxton Burnside, another home run. We've seen this guy come through in the two games that we've seen Colorado play. He's got 2 home runs. It's his 12th on the season. Could probably get to like 24 this year. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe he can double up that total the next month or so. We got a base hit here in the bottom of the 7th still. That's going to score Will Myers. Nice slide, avoiding the tag from Nacho Molina. And Harold Ramirez comes through with that RBI single to tack on more runs. San Diego will get a couple, but Josh Adams is going to put the exclamation point on this thing. Strut your stuff, young fella. First GGBL career home run. He's having himself quite a game, man. Taking over a third base job for Mikey White in this game, and he comes through with a big-time hit. Got the other hit as well. The single, the double, I should say, with the RBI. And he comes through with this big-time home run to give him some more runs up on that board, man. Like I said, San Diego is starting to come back a little bit, and Adams not getting a lot of love in the dugout until later. Of course, you got to mess with the young kid there. But bottom 8, Still, we've got Story here up with runners on first and second, and that is going to be off the base of the wall. Look at everybody. Look at that trio of runners there just chasing each other. Rosario will score, and that is going to make it 7-4. We'll jump ahead here, 9-4. We got a Percy Burnside sighting. That is Paxton's brother, the catcher. 3-run shot. 12-4. Percy's 5th on the season against Ryan Buchter, and that is going to do it. Josh Adams makes the play, and Colorado gets a nice win here at home. 12-4 is final score. We got to see, the next time we see Colorado, we got to see them on the road, right? Because every time we see these guys at home, they get wins because they just have such a good offense. Player of the game is going to be Trevor Story, 2 for 3. Bumgarner with the loss. Wasn't necessarily that bad per se, but it really shows you how good that Colorado's offense is. I think the bullpen really locked it down. Lodolo was solid as he needed to be. And we'll take a look at that box score for the pitching side of things. But Burnside, 3 for 5 today, 2 ribbies. Adams, 3 for 5, 2 ribbies. Rosario, 2 for 4 with a run scored. Story with a home run. I mean, it was lights out for the offense. I mean, look at Lodolo here. 2 hits in 5 2/3. He was pretty good. He was solid. Let's get to the next matchup, guys. We got Michigan against Phoenix. And keep in mind, at the end of this video, we're going to be showing the All-Star game. A little cut-up of highlights of those, plus the Home Run Derby. So this episode is pretty loaded. I forgot to mention that. That's really why we're 58 minutes right now. It's about 58, 59-minute video. So as long as you guys are hanging in there, we've got 6 games to watch, plus 2 All-Star festivity highlight reels. But Rico Ramos getting the start here today for Phoenix. And Phoenix, of course, still in first place in that AL West, and he is punching out guys left and right. 2 strikeouts already. He needs to keep that momentum going to turn his season around. Next, batter up for Phoenix. We got 2 outs, and Jesse Winker says goodbye. 100th career home run off Seth Johnson. That'll be good for GGBL trivia if we ever get to that point. When this series is getting way far down the line and some things start getting missed and misremembered. Might have a GGBL trivia night one day for even some custom prospects, potentially. Rico Ramos, it's going to be his 4th strikeout on Cole Roederer. Next batter up is Reese McGuire. He's going to strike him out as well in the top third. He's got 5 already. His Caper 9 is through the roof, and it's going to continue. Hoyjun Park, he can't hang with the lefty Rico Ramos. Drew Mendoza, full count, 2 down, bottom 4. He goes deep. That's a 2-run homer for Drew Mendoza. Power hitting third baseman for Phoenix. They did get Josh Fuentes in the offseason, but we haven't seen a whole lot of Fuentes in gameplay. It's mostly been Drew Mendoza, and he's been very, very solid. Not going to make the play here is Josh Fuentes down the line, and that's going to lead Michigan to an RBI double. It's now 3-1 here in the top of the 5th inning, and Rico's got to shut this thing down. Just close the door. Hoyjun Park, line drive back to Josh Fuentes, and that's going to end the inning. It's only 1 run scored against Rico Ramos, and it came off the bat of Oscar Mercado. Just solid little player here for Michigan. Kind of surprised he's batting lower in the order, and got Hoyjun Park there at the top, so a little interesting decision, but either way, Michigan finds themselves within striking distance here, but Seth Johnson now is in some problematic situations here for the bullpen, because Garrett Launchball has to come on and clean up this mess. We got a full count to Jesse Winker, who hit that home run earlier. And he's going to let the little looping fly ball here to left. Roederer makes the play, and Michigan is out of a jam. Let's go top 6 with Alex Bregman coming up. He gets a base knock to the other side of the field. Goes the opposite way. Just takes it where it's pitched. And that's going to do it for Rico Ramos Jr.'s outing today. He pitched great. Had 7 strikeouts. Like, the guy was awesome. The guy was shut down today. Blaine Hardy, interesting decision here. He's actually pitches worse against lefties. So we'll see what Robert Hayes is going to do here. Remember, this guy was a June call-up for his power hitting. Fielding is awful. He's a primary designated hitter. So to see him come through here like this for Michigan is really nice to see for that ball club. So 3-1 in the top 6. We got Carlson in the 2-2 count. He strikes him out. Tough cut fastball there by Hardy. That's a good out to get. Now here comes Bobby Bradley, and he's going to pop up, guys. And that is not going to get the job done for Michigan. So Blaine Hardy comes in and does a job. Drew Mendoza coming up with a runner on base again to face off against the lefty. Garrett Launchball still out there. Now, Launchball, to his credit, he did get Winker with bases loaded. Another lefty, but he's not going to miss Mendoza's bat here. 5-1 game now, bottom 6th, nobody down. Launch ball only with 15 pitches. He's been figured out, it looks like. It's been figured out. Because the next batter, Pedro Alvarez. Deep fly ball to left. Roederer looks up. That's gone as well. That's another 2-run shot here in the same inning. So two-run homers in the same inning off Garrett Launchbaugh. It's now 7-2. Robert Hayes, we talked about him, the June call-up. Brought up here for his power. 112 exit velo. That got out in a hurry. That's a home run for him. It's 10-3. That's going to be your final score. Phoenix wins again. I think for all of these people that were doubting Phoenix, or continuing to doubt Phoenix, gotta admit when you're wrong, man, because I have. I've admitted when I was wrong. I had Phoenix not doing anything this season, and they have been proving me wrong every single step of the way. I gotta let it go, man. Phoenix is legit. I'm all in on the Phoenix Firebirds now. Now that we're in July, the second half of the season is upcoming, and we'll see if they can hang on to first place. But look at the hitting, guys. Stowers with 3 hits, Winker with 3 hits, Alvarez in right field today with 3 hits, Mendoza, Devers, Burns. Like, this offense is coming through. This is one of the parts of the team that I thought was going to be the weakest point of the team. I think relatively, when you compare it to the pitching is obviously the strength here for Phoenix, but, you know, offense is coming through. And when that's happening and you get good pitching, you're going to win most of your games. All right, let's take on this AL West matchup here. We've got Oklahoma and Luke Weaver against William Kuo and the Seattle Emeralds. So this is becoming a little bit of a rivalry between both of these teams. They don't necessarily like each other. I really wanted to see a Reagan Landish against Kenneth Alexander Jr. matchup here, but this one just presented itself to be like it would be a pretty good one to show. Obviously, with the umpire extending the zones out in this matchup, some tempers will start to flare, and the same thing here for KAJ. Kenneth Alexander Jr. just did not like the call, neither did Nico Horner. So you're hoping that it's being called fair on both sides of the plate here, because William Kuo is definitely going to need some calls. He's not a guy that's going to strike out a ton of people. He's a contact-first type of pitcher, and you can see that Julio Pablo Martinez knows that as the scouting report. He lays down that soft little bunt, and then we got a stolen base attempt here. Mookie Betts in the batter's box trying to make something happen here, right? Put a runner in scoring position for your best hitter, but Adley Rutschman with the perfect throw. Martinez was moving down the line at about 20 miles an hour. Really, the throw had to be there. It had to be at the perfect spot, and Rutschman put it there. There's a line drive from Mookie Betts, and Seattle finds himself out of the inning. Let's go top 2. Jed Jerko going to send this one over the wall in that little hotel area. Number 12 for him. That's going to put Seattle up on top. That's the big hit that they were looking for. It's the one that they needed to give William Kuo some offense. Give him some backing. Give him some support, because you know he's going to give up some runs. Hanberger with the nice single here, line drive. Then Spencer Torkelson comes up with a full count with nobody down. Ian Happ giving chase out there in center field. That's one that's going to get to the wall. But look at Hanberger, the big man, rounding third, headed for home. The 75 speed is going to score. And now we're starting to see the bats break out here for Oklahoma. This is something that we knew in the scouting report about William Kuo. He's going to give up his hits. And he's doing that in this inning for sure. Here's a ground ball back up the middle, and this is also not going to be fielded. Throw coming on in from center field to home is not going to be in time, and it's now 3-1. That's a base hit again for the Hawks. It's Luis Garcia. Gets an RBI. So here's Julio Pablo Martinez. Can he come through in a situation now in a 1-2 count? Little ground ball back to Kuo. He makes the play, and that maybe could have been more disastrous than it was. Still 3-1, still in striking distance, but take a look at this move, this play here by the big man, Hanberger. Look at the big man move. He's got some hops. Athleticism at first base, crazy. Horner's going to strike out for the second time in the game, and then Torkelson. Torque power, baby. Off of William Kuo in the bottom of the third, another full count. Torkelson has been dangerous. So William Kuo in that count. Second hit of the game. Second extra base hit of the game. It's now 4-1. KAJ up in the top of the fourth inning. He's going to fly out to center field. Hard hits, but just not enough Still top 4 Jumbo Candyman. Ground ball to short. That play's going to be made, and Seattle is done with their half of the inning. Let's go with Alec Bettinger in the bottom of the 4th as William Quo lets up even more base runners here. And Bettinger, that's his 4th pitch, and that's going to go all the way to the left field wall in foul ground. But fair regardless. Luis Garcia with a beautiful swing. Lined it up perfectly. Left elbow, or right elbow for him. Back of the baseball. Line drive machine. It's now 7-1 after this base knock by Mookie Betts. It's not looking good for Seattle, guys. Just not looking good. Here's Ian Happ, who might be on the trade block. Mookie Betts can't field it out there. This could be a possible triple here for Happ. He's rounding second, headed for third. Throw comes in, but Happ is there. That gives Seattle a little bit of a fighting chance here. Jorge Bonifacio, that's going to be a base knock. No, it's going to be caught out there by the left fielder, Dwight Smith Jr. Really athletic grab, but good wherewithal there by Ian Happ to tag. He could have gotten caught in between there. He could have easily decided that he was just going to take off and run or go halfway. No reason to. Just make sure you tag on that fly ball, and he scores easily. So 7-2 is your score right now, and you can see both these teams playing 500-esque baseball. Oklahoma 37-43. And, you know, Seattle just in gameplay, they just can't seem to do much. Oklahoma kind of taking advantage of that, kind of stealing a win away from them here.
Your attention, please.
We'll see what happens. Game's not over yet. Marcus Walden, bottom 8. Luis Garcia, line drive. Deep to left. Willie Calhoun trying to make the grab out there, but he can't. And wireless controller disconnected. I think that's a sign, right? Seattle's just like disconnected from reality. They're just disconnected from simulation, disconnected from sim. It's like every time we get them in gameplay, they're a sim god type of team, and then when we get them in gameplay, they just don't do anything. So a very, very odd team to watch here. But 8-2 is your score. We got 2 down here. KAJ again hitting a fly ball deep to center. And then Willie Calhoun busted bats. Brian Sammons fields it, makes the throw over to first. Good hustle there by Willie Calhoun in a 6-run game, but Oklahoma's going to steal this one away from Seattle, and they now officially fallen under 500. They are now 39-40. And it's just not looking good for them, man. It's just not looking good this season. They have not been able to put it together, and this is kind of what I was thinking. I had them winning the AL West, but this is kind of what I was afraid of, that this team seems to kind of go back and forth a little bit. They just can't really seem to find their identity. They're young. They've got a lot of talent. They just can't put it together. It seems like I say that all the time about Seattle, but that is literally the book on them. Let's watch some real good baseball now. Let's watch some real teams play. We got Nashville. One of the worst teams in the league last season has totally turned their season around with just a couple free agent acquisitions, a good draft. You know, getting Garrett Kemmerly in here in the mix. You got Ketel Marte. You had Robbie Ray on the staff. Brady Singer's taking the next step. It's been good for Nashville. Now St. Louis obviously made it to the playoffs last year really far, and with Shane Bieber at a 1.93 and a sub-1 whip, 141 strikeouts to 22 walks. That's going to get you places. Definitely going to get you places. So it's going to be a tough test for both teams. Nashville's got all the momentum. St. Louis is just a really good team. It's going to be a tough matchup for both these NL Central teams, but so far, so good for both pitchers. Bieber's going to get a ground out, plus a fly out. And then, as soon as I say that, Ketel Marte goes deep. Big-time free agent acquisition coming from the MLB. And Shane Bieber gives up the solo home run. Marte's going to score. And then Logan Morrison, another home run. This guy has been something else. He's unconscious. He's unconscious right now. That's his 15th home run of the season. He's on pace for 30 plus if he keeps up this rate. But that's back-to-back home runs for Nashville. And then JT Riddle in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Oh my goodness. Off the San Diego studio sign. 467 feet. JT Riddle. I've been ripping this guy for his batting average in the first 2 months of the year, but oh my. He laid into this one. Absolutely turned on that thing. Just obliterated it. 467. That's insane. Darnell Sweeney, though, is going to hit a home run for himself. That's going to be a deep shot to center. 400 even on the dot. And still top third with one down, CJ Abrams. Now take a look at this statistic. Watch this. First GGBL home run for CJ Abrams. I don't remember if that's a glitch or not. CJ Abrams was a player up on this team in the playoffs for St. Louis. So I find it hard to believe that he did not hit a home run in the playoffs. I don't think that that's right. Either way, the graphic don't lie, and neither does DEG. Look at that spin move. Look at that celebration. DEG, dude, what is going on with this guy? What's going on with this guy? Demetrius Edwards-George, act like you've been there before, man. You can run. You're fast. You got endurance. I just love that celebration, though. I love it. That is another home run for Demetrius Edwards-George. Again, the guy's like got 20-some-odd power, and he's been coming through in gameplay. He's been hitting home runs as of late. It's crazy to see that. But we've got a 4-2 game, so he gets the home run by Sweeney back. We'll see if Nashville can kind of clutch up here in this situation. You know, Shane Bieber, through 49 pitches, has not been very effective so far today. Got a couple home runs against him already. Nobody down. Runners on first and second here with Logan Morrison coming up, and that's going to huge strikeout for him. Needs a big out here. Andrew Vaughn coming up. That's a ground ball to second. Back to Donovan, to Abrams, to first, to G-Man Choi. That is a double play to get him out of the inning. And then G-Man Choi in the top of the fourth sends a little fly ball. Not hit hard, but it is going to be enough. The wind is going to carry it out. Kemmerly looks up. That came off the bat at 100 miles an hour, 399. So again, not that big of a shot. But here is a line drive by Jarren Duran. Look at this, into the drink. That's a tie game. That one was hit a little bit harder, but 376 just right over the wall. Freddie Peralta can't believe it. He gets Jarrett Duke, the custom catcher, to strike out looking. Kind of got to settle down here, though, because in a 4-4 game, with offense looking like it's going to be at a high rate, pitching's got to clutch it up. Let's go from the fourth all the way to the top of the seventh as we have Yuri Rodriguez coming out to relieve. And Kyle Tucker sends this one into the gap right past right fielder Tommy Murphy. That runner is going to score. It is now St. Louis 5, Nashville 4 here late in the game. A huge clutch hit for St. Louis. That's going to bring out Jaime Herrera. Pitching very solidly across the board here for Nashville, but that's going to be another base knock for St. Louis. Throw coming in from Ketel Marte, and look at this. We've got Keibert Ruiz with enough wherewithal and awareness to know that Andrew Donovan's coming around first, headed for second, so he's going to try to take two. He gets the nice throw off, gets the out, gets the tag, and then we've got Bieber still out there, guys, through 105 pitches. He walks Tommy Murphy, and now the call has been made. Bieber's day is done. So if you're going to attack, if you're going to get it done here right now, this is the time. This is the time you have to do it. So Jose Garcia up against Eliezer Hernandez. He's going to get him to K. Here's Keibert Ruiz. He's going to K. Back-to-back strikeouts for Hernandez, and here comes DEG with a runner on first base, and he says, "Give me number 2. DEG, are you joking me right now? 2 home runs in a game. He's made up half his season total in today's game with 4. He's got 4 on the season. That's a 2-run shot. 2s are wild, man. Take a look at that. Number 2, 2-run homer. Tie this game 6-6. But, again, for Nashville, you got to clutch up in the pitching department right here, right now. That's a RBI double by Patrick Kivlahan, of all people. It's now 7-6, and here's Sweeney. Deep fly ball to center field. Marte giving chase. He makes the catch. And Nashville only give up 1 run. Full count here to Logan Morrison. This guy is insane. 8-6, a 2-run shot for Nashville, and the fans are going nuts. Here in the bottom of the 8th, you've got, what, 3 more outs to go? In the top 9th, you can do this. You can get a win here. This would be a heck of a performance from Nashville's hitters with the clutch hitting today. 432 was the distance that traveled. That was an insane shot by Logan Morrison. Again, he just comes up in these clutch situations for these guys. And take a look at this. We got a possible double here. Wow, it's a safe call. CJ Abrams finds himself sliding in safely. Joey Wendell has to come up now and get a clutch hit. He's going to draw a walk against Reynaldo Chavez, the closer. who's been solid all year, but he's got to find a way to get it done here. Ground ball to DEG, back over to Jose Garcia, and 2 outs will be had here. So we've got Andrew Donovan now coming up in a 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch, runner on third. He's going to lay down a bunt. It's popped up in the air. You got to make the catch. Keeper Ruiz can't make the catch. It's going to fall right in front of him, and that's going to lead to the run scoring. Andrew Donovan with a sneaky little play there with the squeeze. And then we got a stolen base attempt here by Donovan. He's going to slide in safely. And now with G-Man Choi up, you've got a runner in scoring position. You got some things that can happen here, but he's going to strike out, and Reynaldo Chavez took exception to that bunt. He's looking back at Donovan and pumping his guys up out in the field. Gotta like to see that gamesmanship here, but here's DEG in the bottom 9th against Grant Gavin. That is going to be a base knock for him. He's been coming up huge in this game for Nashville. So now you got to think a steal is on, right? Well, it was, but Garrett Kemmerly shoots this thing to the opposite side of the field, allowing DEG to get into scoring position. So here's Marte. Oh, line drive to CJ Abrams. He makes the catch. They brought the infield in, and with 2 down, Logan Morrison in a 2-2 count. This is a deep fly ball to center. Duran giving chase. It is going to be gone. 3-run shot for Logan Morrison. 410-foot blast. And Nashville will walk it off. Logan Morrison's got 3 home runs on the day. A game to remember for this man. Lomo with the huge hits. I love this team. If I had to pick a team that I wanted to go all the way, man, it's going to be Nashville. I'm rooting for Nashville all the way. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This team has got all the mojo. You could even say Lomo mojo. Love it, man. Absolutely love it. But we can see the St. Louis Maroons pitching staff today just got lit up in the bullpen there, right? An inning for Hernandez, Leon with 2 earned, Gavin with, of course, the 3-run shot against Logan Morrison. But the offense for Nashville, I think when you look at St. Louis's bullpen, it might be an area where they want to focus on trying to fix up. Because if you're looking at this game, if you're looking at the playoffs, this is something that really hurt them last season. They got to try to fix up the bullpen. But guys, hats off. Hats off to Nashville. They fought today, fought really hard against a pretty good hitting team against St. Louis. All right, let's get to this matchup here. We've got Santa Fe and Washington. A pretty interesting matchup across the board here. Of course, Santa Fe, as you guys know, is currently vying for a wild card spot in that AL West. And going up against a team like Washington, who made the playoffs last season, they're not really performing to what they're capable of. They're not performing to the level at which we know that they can. So Washington stakes out to an early lead here against Sixto Sanchez after that solo home run by Brandon Lau. And Yu Darvish on the mound. It should be a good pitching matchup all the way across the board. You got Sanchez, you got Darvish, strikeout type of pitchers. Should be a relatively low-scoring game here. You get 2 strikeouts. You see Darvish gets out of the first, Sanchez gets out of the second. And then here is Tyler Nevin getting his guys up on the board now 1-1 after this solo shot right over the right field wall, 333 feet. That's like nothing. That's like a kiddie park. No wonder the ball keeps traveling out here. Brandon Lau's going to get onto the fun again. This second home run of the game. This one actually traveled pretty far, 447 feet. He laid into that one here. So here's Alexander King, currently 0 for 1. Going to line drive this right past Tyler Nevin down the line. He's going to settle for a hard hit single. Now, guys, keep in mind I did change Alexander King, so I talked about this in the stream. If you want a little bit more detail on this, it's also in the podcast as well, so just kind of let you know. I won't talk about it too much here, but just letting you know Alexander King had a little bit of a glitch happening to him, so I ended up having to recreate him. So his statistics are not going to be the same as what he was having at the beginning of the year. So just a little FYI. But Yu Darvish in a little bit of a jam here with nobody down, and we've got a base knock. No. Possible? No. Fielder's choice? Yes. I tried to turn the double play there after the bobble at second base, but they'll get at least one. Runners in the corners. Bryson Stott comes through with a gap shot. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Corey Ray trying to get this thing back in, but 2 runs are going to score. Yu Darvish, even after the mound visit, gives up the big knock here. He's still out there, and he's going to give up another gap shot here. That's going to get down. It's going to score another run for Santa Fe. It is 5-2, and they're not stopping. They're going to go for 3. That's a triple for Vargas. Ildiamo Vargas with the triple, the big hit, and that's going to knock Yu Darvish out of the game. Will Crow is going to have to come on and get the job done for these guys. Just bridge the gap. Get us to like the 6th or the 7th inning. Get us out of this little jam. Patrick Wisdom's going to strike out. That's good for Washington. Try to clutch up and get these guys off the field. Out of the batter's box. Fly ball to Steven Duggar. He makes the grab. 5-2 game here. And here comes Steven Duggar again. I love this guy. I love Steven Duggar. He's a good player. He's going to make this thing 5-3, so he's inching a little bit closer. 367. Touches home plate nicely. Right, you're still, it's a losing game. You're still losing. Don't get too cocky. Corey Ray comes up, and look at this moonshot. Line drive variety right up into the stands. That's going to be good for 465. Corey Ray just laid into this one, too. We're seeing a lot of big hits here today in this GGBL action. JT Riddle had 460. Corey Ray's got 460 now to his record, to his docket. It's like everybody's just hitting the ball out of the ballpark with some authority here. Angelo Ruth in a 5-4 game, bottom 6. He's going to get on with a double. It's just a good hitter, man. Custom prospect, just a good hitter. Bryson Stott going to K. Will Crow's going to get him on an inside pitch. And then going to the outside, he's going to get Vargas to fish. So Will Crow locks it down. Top 7, Alex Jackson. Most underrated hitter probably in the GGBL, in my opinion. Just a guy that does not get a lot of notoriety, doesn't get a lot of love. He's going to tie this game up. Here's Chris Rusin at the top of the 8th, and Brandon Lau, are you joking me, man? Number 3 for this man, too. I tell you what, the ball has been just flying today. Must be the weather, right? Now that the weather's turned and we're into summer, we're full on in summer months, we're just getting the baseball to travel out a lot quicker than it normally does. Kevin McCarthy comes on in a 6-5 game, but bottom 8th, Corbin Carroll. Home run. What is going on today? Between the Colorado Coyotes game, between St. Louis, Nashville, and now this game, Washington and Santa Fe. Just the ball is just leaving the yard fast and often. Swamp Monsters will be getting their bullpen going here in the bottom of the 9th as Bryson Stott steps in a 2-2 count. Here's Kevin McCarthy. He delivers, and this is going to go. Bryson Stott. Solo home run, number 10 on the year, 460. Santa Fe Spirit will win. They'll walk it off. Back-to-back walk-off performances. Nashville, Santa Fe. Put a good stroke on this. Interesting decision, though, if you're Washington, to let Kevin McCarthy still get out there and pitch. In my opinion, you probably needed to go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. I know he's a good pitcher. He's a good reliever for you. But you might want to, like, start mixing and matching guys up. You know, it's a righty on a lefty. Not sure what the manager out there with Santa Fe was thinking. The ball had been traveling. Ball been hit hard all day long. You got to try to play the matchups there. And I don't think Kevin McCarthy was the guy, but what a game. What a game. A lot of home runs. A lot of offense here in this one, but Santa Fe steals a win away from the struggling Swamp Monsters. Let's head out to a National League matchup, or a Naturals League matchup, as I like to call it, between two first-place teams. The first place in the AL Central, the Houston Copperheads, against the first place in the NL East, which will be the Carolina Blue Sox, last season's champions. Top first, Seth Corey's going to give up a double. You got Juan Soto hitting 400 on the season. Let's drop that batting average down a little bit, probably like 399, 398 at this point. Base knock here, back up the middle, and Carolina will strike first. So they're striking as fast as a snake.
Snake. I'm a snake. I'm a snake. I'm a snake. I'm a slithery little snaky snake.
Just the memes, man. The original memes from a long time ago. Here's Justin Bohr. Ground ball back to first. Go to second, and they will get the double play. Wow, good turn there for Carolina. And Dakota Hudson will give up the run, but not after that double play is had. So here is a fly ball right over top of left fielder's head. Out there, that is going to not score anything, so that's going to be top third, one down. Seth Corey against Pedro Leon. He's going to swing and a miss. Nice pitch. Good fastball. Low and inside. It's a clutch pitch here. Here's Cody Hosey going to take. Wow, that just missed. And Seth Corey feeling it here a little bit. That is now a full count, lefty on righty with Tim Beckham. You don't want to miss here, and Seth Corey gets the call. Tim Beckham obviously upset, and you know what? Corey gives a little sigh of relief there, thinking, woo, I got kind of lucky there. Maybe, possibly. Dakota Hudson's still shutting down the Houston Copperheads team, and Gregory Polanco strikes out, Yastrzemski strikes out, and now top 5, Seth Corey has been relieved. So it is up to Jesus Castillo with 23 pitches on the game so far. Here's a ground ball back up the middle, and Denzel Good gave it everything he had, but he couldn't quite corral it here. Here comes the throw. Whoa! Here comes the throw. I have not seen that type of defense in a long time from an outfielder in center field. Kevin Kiermaier with a huge throw to cut down the runner. That is an insane throw. What a job by Kevin Kiermaier in center field. MLB player coming over through free agency last season. And it's still tied 1-1. That's a championship caliber throw, man. So I like Houston. I want them to do something this season as well. So here is Chase Jackson, and take a look at the lackadaisical throw from Juan Soto back in, and Ichiman not hustling and throws it high. Chase Jackson, the custom player with the base running aggressiveness. Take a look at this. He says, fine, guys, it's a 1-1 game. I'm going for it. I love that. I love that. Put the pressure on him. Chase Jackson comes through, gets on with a double, but Kevin Kiermaier comes up not known for his bat. He's going to swing and a miss. He swung right through that thing, and Felix Hernandez is going to come on as a reliever here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So we're going to jump ahead a little bit, and we've got Denzel Good. Little fly ball to right. That's Juan Soto again. He is just... I say it with right fielders, man. I say it all the time with right fielders in the show, but you know what? He has been an adventure out there. He's been an adventure now. Here's a base knock into the gap. That is going to score. Definitely going to score Denzel Good. And that's an RBI double for Houston with nobody down. Love it. Drew Waters with the big double. Now here is Yastrzemski. Line drive back to first. Ichiman with a spin. Gets the double play. Now it's up to Gregory Polanco here, who's 1 for 2 in the bottom of the 6th inning, and he is going to deliver another big knock here for Houston. It's all the way to the wall. He's going to get on with a double. That's 3-1 Copperheads. Starting to run out of outs here for Carolina. So Cole Irvin is going to come on, and his ERA has been less than stellar. 7.18 through 30-plus games, but he's going to get the call on Juan Soto. That is a huge out for Houston, and he might have gotten just a little bit lucky there on the call. If you're Juan Soto, you are thinking that you've earned that call. You should not have that call go against you. But Cole Irvin gets the job done. He gets a ground ball from Donaldson. Round the horn for the double play. Here's Ryan Dull coming on to relieve in the top 8, and that is going to fall inside fair territory. That's going to be a leadoff double for the Blue Sox. Good hitting there by Seth Mejias-Breen. Now here's Pedro Leon. Ground ball to first. Can't quite nab it. We got runners on the corners here now. Still top 8. Here's Cody Hosey. Dull giving up base hit after base hit. He's going to get the ground ball to second base, but Chase Jackson cannot set his feet and get the good throw to Denzel Good. And that's going to score the run. It is now 3-2. And here's a little bit of a bunt. And Donaldson just decides to go to second. Back to first. No, they're not going to get the throw off. But probably a good decision to keep the double play in order again. So they do get a ground ball here. Here's Good. Back to first. Chase Jackson can't get the throw off hard enough. The hard slide coming in, and Seiko Ichiman with a speed barreling down the line gets the RBI through a fielder's choice. So now with Mark Dunton coming on to relieve in the top 8, he gets his man to pop up. That's going to do it for Carolina, but it is now a 3-3 game. And Houston needs to get some offense rolling. Here's Juan Soto again. It just can't make the catch in right field. You got to wonder if he's all right out there, especially after that overthrow or that underthrow that he had. Is he rattled a little bit? I don't know. I feel like he should make some of these grabs that he's missed so far. But here is Yastrzemski with a single. Soto firing to third. This one is on target, but runner will slide in safely. And now Yastrzemski with that base knock. They've got something going here. Here is Polanco. Can he get a base knock? No, that's a double play ball. And that's not going to get the job done. Houston needed that one so bad, but you know what? They still got a chance for a walk-off. They can still do it. We can have 3 walk-offs in a row. Wouldn't that be something? Mark Dunton. You can only hold him down for so long. Juan Soto with a solo home run. It's going to make it 4-3 Carolina, and Dunton knows that he missed his pitch. He said, yeah, you were right. You called this. I wanted that. And now it's in the seats. Juan Soto. Big-time home run. Tommy Canley with a lead now. Trying to shut this Houston Copperheads team down. They've got a fly ball here to left. Leone makes a catch. 1 down. Easy out. Next batter, Mabry's Valoria. Ground ball to first. Mahias Breen makes the play. 2 down. Last chance for Houston. Chase Jackson. Ground ball to second. Reyes makes the throw. That's it. That's all she wrote. Good win for Carolina, man. They battled the whole way through. They battled. And it was a good game all the way around. 4 runs to 3. 11 hits to 9. 1 error apiece. Everybody got a hit in the lineup for Carolina other than Beckham and Ichiman. And you look at Houston over here, everybody got a hit other than 3 guys. So Kiermaier didn't quite clutch up in that situation. You had Donaldson also going 0 for today too. So, you know, some missed opportunities there for Houston, but, you know, that's why you have to play a complete game against a team like Carolina. So, guys, we are officially now at the All-Star break. It's finally here. And I actually had you guys vote. We only had 22 responses, which, not gonna lie to you, is a little disappointing, but I linked that in the GGBL podcast, that form for you guys to be able to vote on the All-Star location or the All-Star venue, and most of you guys voted for New York, so that's where we're gonna go. And that's where we're gonna start the Home Run Derby. Saw a quick list of the participants, but we're gonna show you the full list here. Soto, Hira, Conforto, Arozarena, Winker, Bellinger, Freeman, and Nate Lowe. So have you noticed a trend here so far? All these guys are lefties. Other than Keston Hira for San Francisco and Randy Arozarena for Minnesota, all these other guys are lefties. So does the GGBL kind of cater to left-handed hitters? It could. It could actually. The stadiums might actually cater to them. Seriously, if you think about it, think. You got Bryce Harper, Juan Soto, Kenneth Alexander Jr. A lot of these guys are left-handed hitters. I don't know. Just maybe something to think about. Maybe we need to do some more research, but I'm not going to show you guys the whole home run derby. I'm going to show you kind of the last few homers, the last few seconds of each hitter to see if, they hit enough to stay within contention with each other. But if you guys want to go see the whole entire home run derby, it is actually over on Twitch. It'll only be there for a few days. So if you want to see the whole thing in action, you can go over there and check that out. But I'm going to actually talk to you guys about the future of the series here while all this is going on, because, you know, once you've seen a home run, you've kind of seen them all a little bit. So we'll get through the derby. I'll give you some actual commentary during the All-Star game, and then we'll close the video off. So I know it's a long video today, 58, 59 minutes to an hour. I know, I get it, it's long, but there's a lot to cover here today, guys. A lot of things, a lot of gameplay, plus the All-Star festivities. I think those are just cool little add-ons for you guys to see. Like I mentioned, if you want to see the whole things in action, it's only going to be there for a couple days on Twitch. You can check out the derby, you can check out the All-Star game in full. No interruptions, just all live streamed up, and enjoy yourself, right? Okay, so the future of the series, what's going to happen? Well, on Wednesdays are GGBL Podcast days. And I've been noticing that the interest level for that has been kind of dying down a little bit. If you guys want to kind of stay informed with stats, standings, Google Forms, contests, basically the place to do it. When you run a league like this, you try to be communicative. You try to have a lot of communication to your fans and to your viewers. That's the one way that I can do it. I can't really fit 6 games in for GGBL action in a video and have it under 30 minutes. It's really hard to do, and as you guys can see with this video here, about an hour-long video, right? A lot to cover. A lot of things to cover, a lot of content to give you guys. So to kind of split that up, where in these Monday highlight videos I'm talking about highlights and I'm talking about gameplay, the Wednesday podcast thing is to kind of have those discussions about the league and get you guys up to date on news, standings, stats, where the league is sitting, where it stands at, and it's just kind of a good idea to get people reacclimated with the league and all of the league news and things that are happening around it. So on Wednesday, so this Wednesday the 3rd, November 3rd, what we're going to do is we are going to link all of the Google Forms for the trades. So we got a bunch of trades that are going to happen. Every team, by the way, is making at least one trade in this year's trade day for the GGBL. And what you guys get to do during the live stream is actually vote on those trades, if you like them or if you don't. I'm going to give you guys, like, we'll start at 9 o'clock. We'll close the voting at like 9:30. So we'll have 30 minutes to basically talk about each trade. You guys get to vote on all those trades. And if they get approved, they get approved. If they don't, they don't. They don't pass. And what I'm going to do at 9:30 is I'm actually going to process all the trades that went through, fix all the lineups up, fix all the rotations up, 40-man rosters if those are affected. And then we're going to straight sim. We're going to simulate the entire month of August and kind of see where those trades really push some teams, if they actually help them or if they hurt them. Which will be kind of cool because then we can get through basically another month of the season and we didn't have to do it for another week in real life. So basically I'm replacing a week of regular season action with playoff action. I'm basically moving the playoffs up by a week. So we're getting through year number 2 faster at that point. Now, I don't know if that's what we need to do going forward. I think it would be kind of a smart idea. You're basically saving a week of GGBL action in replacement of the playoffs. I think that might be a way that we can operate this going forward to get year 3 done, year 4 done, year 5. We can keep going forward and move this thing even faster to kind of see how your prospects are going to do and the future of the league. Because I really want to get as many seasons as I can possibly get into with this before eventually, MLB 22 comes out. Now, here's the thing about that. If MLB 22 comes out and they do have cross saves, so they have year-to-year saves, like I literally don't have to like recreate everything, that would be perfect. If we could transfer this 21 franchise file over to 22, that would be absolutely money, because then you can just keep going on with it forever at that point, which would be really cool. But kind of back to this Wednesday's podcast. So we'll process all the trades at 9:30. We'll start at 9. I'll give you guys the link. You guys get to vote on everything. If the trade's processed, I'll process them. We'll simulate the month of August. We'll preview the month of September in that podcast. And then on Friday, November 5th, over on Twitch, we will be streaming the last month of GGBL action. So we'll do September. We'll do a little bit of October if there are any playoff implications for those season games. And then we'll be right into the playoffs before you know it. So really, the reality of the situation is that we're almost done with year 2, and I kind of want to just speed this process up and get it in and get it done. I feel like you guys will be all for that. Let me know in the comment section what you think about that. That's the route that I'm going to go anyway, but I do want to know what you guys' opinions are about that decision. So let's talk about the home run derby here. We got Freddie Freeman hitting 22 home runs in the championship round against Michael Conforto. This is to get to the championship round, so we have to figure out who he's going to play against. And I think it's Nate Lowe, right? Nate Lowe's the guy. So another lefty-lefty matchup, and Conforto's got 16 with 8 seconds. There's no way he's going to hit that many home runs in that amount of time. So Freddie Freeman's going to advance to the next round and taking on Nate Lowe. He's going to get another and another. That's number 19, I believe, if this one goes out. And it will. It's at 429. So Freddie Freeman's got to beat Nate Lowe with 19 home runs. Let's see if he can do it. He's got a shot here. He's still got the 30-second bonus. Got 17 right now. That's going to be number 18. And then 15 seconds to go. This one's going to travel and get to him about 5 seconds. He's got one more swing to get it to a tie. And he fouled it off. He yanked it foul, and that is going to do it. So Freddie Freeman loses the Derby by 1. Nate Lowe from Indiana, Indiana Rams representative, is going to win the home run derby. And maybe that's a sign of things to come for Indiana. They're in first place right now in the Central. Actually, second place in the Central. They're competing with Columbus at this point. But you know what? Nate Lowe is a really good hitter, and I think Indiana's got a good shot at making the playoffs this season. So we'll see what trades that we can come up with for them to try to push themselves into the playoffs here for year number 2. All right, guys, so we've got about 49 minutes into this video, and we're going to move to the actual All-Star game, and you can see the pitching rotations here up on your screen. You can see the lineups as well, and just really like looking at who made the All-Star games. And here is a surprise to me. Aiden Oliver, 77 overall player. He's currently hitting .260 for Wisconsin. Multiple home runs, double digits. He's well on his way to get past 25 this season. So I love the fact that the custom players are really getting a lot of love here. We got Ethan Letterman at 17 and 63. Obviously having a career year now this season. Bendito Ramirez out here in New York. Another custom prospect. I love the fact that these guys are getting in and they're getting time and they're actually performing. It's not like they're struggling, right? Really like that. Let's take a look at the Naturals League side of things. We got Margevicius. You could argue Margevicius probably should have been the starter here, but we do have some of these guys that are a little bit tired. You know, they probably shouldn't even be playing in this. Really, they should actually be resting, but Marco Gonzalez is going to get the start here against Casey Mize, and another custom player here, Neo Zamora from Richmond. Does not throw a single soft thing at all. You guys saw his repertoire there. 99, 95 plus every time he throws. Matt Olson, another Richmond representative here. You got Ricky Ribbits. Ricky Ribbits in the All-Star game. 9 homers and 27 ribbies for a guy that's hitting 195. Interesting. Andrew Donovan's in here too. Luigi Mazza, a rookie in the All-Star game. You gotta love that. And Ronald Acuna, the big free agent acquisition, is actually not going to play today. He's going to be a guy that gets in a little bit later in this game, but compared to these other guys like Conforto, Belly, and Yelich, I think, and even Juan Soto, he's just one of those guys that somebody's got to sit. Somebody's got to sit. Everyone else is having a better season than you are, so the call had to be made. KAJ will be the designated hitter today, of course, as you guys saw in the lineup for the AL side of things. Mookie Betts going to lead us off with a single. So who are you guys rooting for in the chat? Let me know if you checked this game out over on Twitch or not. I'm anxious to hear if you were able to see this game or not, but let me know in the comment section who you're rooting for, man. I want to know. Are you an AL guy or are you an NL guy? Bryce Harper, base hits here to score Mookie Betts. Maybe, possibly. Here comes the throw from Conforto all the way home, but Betts with the speed. Harper goes to second base. That's a 1-0 start for the AL. Casey Mize in front of his hometown fans in New York. He's 9-3 on the season, and he really took what Shevchuk had to say, his teammate, to heart. Really. I mean, he's the starter of the All-Star game in New York now. So go figure that. Shevchuk thought he was the ace of the staff. Well, Casey Mize really put that to bed very quickly. Very, very quickly. So we'll see what happens, you know, if Shevchuk has a case or not. Because right now, with runners on first and second, he's going to walk Bellinger. And now having to go up against the lefty, the big, powerful lefty, Matt Olson. He's going to break his bat. Little ground ball here to third. Makes the easy throw. That's Bregman. And Casey Mize gets out of the first inning unscathed. Gotta love that. KAJ, lefty on lefty. Oh my goodness. Did he actually finally do it? He hit a home run in gameplay. He finally did it. And it just happens to be not in a Seattle uniform. So is something going on in Seattle for KAJ? Maybe. But in simulation, he does stuff, guys. You saw his stats. 345, 18 homers, 55 ribbies. He does things. But in gameplay, not so much. Thought it's hilarious that it had to be an All-Star game where the stats just don't count. Tommy LaStella coming over from the MLB. Big time hit. It's a 2-run blast. Syndergaard with 24 pitches in this third inning. He gave up the blast. And a little ground ball here from Conforto. We got a double play opportunity. That's going to get the job done. So Syndergaard settles down a little bit and gets him to get out of the inning. Top four, Mookie Betts. Fly ball to deep left, and Yelich trying to make this catch, and that's way gone. But Betts at 311 feet. That's a home run. These short porches, man. Short porches in the GGBL, I swear. They might, in year 3, as the league progresses, we might need to think about moving some of these back a little bit. Bregman with 344. That's going to put the AL on top 5-2, and this is going to be a base knock here. But take a look at the aggressiveness by Lindor. He's going to be tossed out easily. I understand trying to put the pressure on. It's 5-2. It's exhibition game. You know, just have some fun out there, right? Margevicius is going to strike out Solak. He checks in as the NL reliever. And then we've got Yanni Chirinos coming on in the top of the 6th to kind of give some relief innings. And that's going to be another home run. This to Wilson Contreras. 415 to deep center. And then Yanni Chirinos again in top 6. Mookie Betts There's no doubt about this one. First one was 311. Well, this one's 382. So he put a good swing on that. Unfortunately for Chirinos, gives up the solo home run. So 7-2, Max Fried from Phoenix going up against the LA Knight. Ronald Acuna Jr. as the pinch hitter. Nick Castellanos also pinch hitting here to get in some game action. He's going to ground out, and that's going to do it for the 6th inning. Let's take a look here at Aiden Oliver now. 260. We talked about his stats. We got some substitutes happening across the way. We're trying to get some custom prospect love into this game. We got Mazza. We got Ribbit in the game. We got Donovan in the game at playing third base. 3-2 count here to Aiden Oliver, and he sends a deep fly ball to left. Is this going to carry? No. It's going to be at the warning track, and Yelich still out there. He makes the catch. Next custom, we got Ethan Letterman. 276 here in the top 7th. Going up against James Karinchak. He's going to strike out. Might have been a little off the plate, but Letterman will have to go sit down and go back to shortstop in the next inning. Bendito Ramirez checking in the bottom of the 7th inning. Aiden Oliver. Ooh, he's got the big body out there. He's got long reach, but able to cut this off. Tim Anderson with a double. Leadoff double, by the way. Ricky Ribbit, custom player. Ground ball to Letterman with a nice off-balance throw. He's going to get his man. Runner's going to move over to third. That's Tim Anderson. Here's Luigi Mazza in a situation against Edwin Diaz. It's a tough matchup for him, but he's going to K. It's still 7-2. Here's Michael Brassell against Diaz. He's going to strike out as well. And the NL just can't seem to scratch across any other runs here. KAJ, 1 for 3 today. He's going to hit this thing hard, but right into the shift. Nice little spin move by Luigi. And he makes the play there. So actually Mazza moved over to second. Tim Anderson's now at shortstop. Those guys kind of shifted around a little bit. So Donovan against Trey Wingenter, another New York pizzazz pitcher. He's going to get on with a walk. Here's a base knock here to the left side of the field. 2 runners on. Bottom 8. Wingenter going to walk Nick Castellanos. So even with Wingenter, I mean, he got some outs here. He's got this 8th inning with 2 down, but he's going to walk in the run. Now 7-3, and the NL now has a fighting chance. Ricky Ribbit, 1-2 count against Noah Ramirez, and he's going to pop up the second baseman. That's not going to get the job done. So here now is Pedro Baez, the Colorado Coyote relief pitcher. He's going up against Willie Calhoun. The AL lineup, he's going to strike him out. Let's go to the bottom 9th. Luigi Mazza, line drive, deep to center. Coming in is Bendito. Bendito power. Look at that. Look at this catch. 100% route efficiency. Only one way that you can catch that ball. And he did it. 15.6 miles per hour. He was taken off, shot out of a cannon, and made a great play in front of his New York faithful. Noah Ramirez strikes his man out. Andrew Donovan gets a nice pitch to hit. He gets his in a 7-4 game now, but we know full well that this game's pretty much over, right? This game's done. We're done. Sam Huff going to strike out against Trevor May. And the New York Pizzazz representatives really came through here today for New York. We had Bendito, Ramirez making catches. We had Trevor May pitch well. We had Casey Mize do well. 2 innings, 2 Ks. Who else is a rep out there for New York? Wingenter struggled a little bit. But, yeah, overall, I mean, New York had the better game. They had a more complete game today. And unfortunately for the NL, they lose, but it's an exhibition game. You have fun with it. It's not like Bud Selig era where, you know, it determines home field advantage, obviously. So it's literally just an exhibition game. You have fun with it. So, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you left a like. I hope you like this long format. I mean, I know it's a lot to cover, but I thought it was a fun video today. And I will see you guys on Wednesday for the GGBL Podcast, where we'll talk about the trade options. We'll talk about stats, standings. But really, the big kahuna for that video is definitely going to be the trade offers. I'll reveal those trade offers to you guys on the podcast at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday night. And then we'll process all the trades. We'll move into August, simulate the entire month of August, and then get right into September and October baseball across the GGBL on Friday, November 5th over on Twitch. So guys, leave a like if you like this thing. I will see you in the next one. As always, thank you so much for watching. Peace.